Hello again, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you about using 3D assets within your workflow. What it comes down to is time efficiency, For me, I'm an artist that struggles with being able to hold on to that inspiration, that initial spark that compels me to paint something. I also have trouble with drawing the same subject over and over again, but I'm getting better at this. There's a lot of talk in general about what is appropriate and what is like not appropriate, what is cheating uh, when it comes to creating art. And I would say to people that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the final product. What is the result? If you've ever done client work, that is the truth of the matter. How did you, or what does the final product look like? No client is ever going to question how you created the final product. All that they care about is, does it look like what they're paying you for? So uh, people that will put pressure on you or make you feel shame for using shortcuts like photographs, photo references, um, photo textures, 3D models. They're just trying to make you feel bad, um, and you shouldn't allow that to happen. The idea that everything is drawn completely from scratch is something that I think carries over from traditional art. Not to say that you shouldn't learn how to draw. You should learn how to draw these things, but take an example of a car, for example. You know intrinsically what a car looks like, but do you know what a specific model of a car looks like? Down to the finer details of like what the panel shapes are like, what the window placement's like, the shape of the hood, um, things like that. We need reference. We need things to help us create our vision, and any tool necessary to get it done. So, what I'm doing here is I'm using Design Doll, which is a free tool that you can download. Um, it gives you a customizable 3D model that you can pose, and you can choose the lighting situation, and then you can take a screenshot. Or what I do is I take a screenshot, and then I throw it into my drawing program, and then I go from there. Using 3D in your workflow brings a few benefits along with it. In a professional situation, often the first iteration of something that you create may get looked at by an art director, and then they'll request changes. Um, they'll change this to lighting, changes to color palette, things like that. And 3D offers you it brings along with it the benefits of having your perspective be correct. It also allows you to make quick changes to your lighting, and color palette changes will be something that you'll want to do within your drawing program. Usually, what I will do is I'll have the colors on their own independent layer for quick color changes and adjustments. In terms of changes to pose, well, I guess you'll need to redraw your subject, so there is that to keep in mind. But there's absolutely a ton of benefits that comes with learning to use 3D. You never know; it might be a skill that you fall in love with. You could fall in love with the process. I will say that 3D is a little tedious in terms of with the texturing and rigging and things like that. But at the same time, these skills are invaluable. And if you're trying to get into the game industry, you need to buff yourself up on as much knowledge as possible. Um, If you can't afford, or if you're not a student, if you are a student, I would say go to Autodesk and get Maya. You can get it on a student license for 3 years for free, I think. There's also Blender. Blender 2.8 is about to drop. That's going to be a game changer. Lots of cool tools in there to use for animation, things like that, for everything, really. But it's not really industry standard. So, if you are a student, I would suggest maybe, um, you know, checking out both tools. Because a student license with Adobe, with a student license with 3ds Max is pretty amazing because the software is very expensive. If you've always wanted to try out ZBrush but you can't, there's an alternative. There's, they have Sculptris, which is free. Also, there is a website. I can put the link in the description below. It's an OpenGL sculpting tool that works in your web browser. It's pretty amazing, and it works very similar to how ZBrush works. And just get a taste of it. Get your feet wet. Well, that's everything I think I wanted to talk about. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.